Shalom, and you're now locked in here at Israelite Talk TV, where you get nothing but the raw and the real whenever I'm in front of the camera. So make sure y'all show the page some love, like, subscribe, and share. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Welcome back to another episode here at Israelite Talk TV, where we get it in with no paid media points. What's going on with it, family? Let me know if y'all can hear me pretty good, man. I'm actually in the lab trying to well, actually, I just got done finishing with working on my taxes. I didn't get my taxes done. I've been working on that all week, and also working on the studio. So we're getting the studio and stuff together. So I'm checking the mic out. Let me know if y'all can hear me pretty decent. Let me know y'all checking in, man. Come show the page some love now. Let me see. I may need to turn it down just a little bit. Let me see here. But yeah, family, we got a lot of stuff going on in these YouTube streets. Of course, we got the topic of discussion, the 4 Americans, kidnapped down in Mexico, that just recently took place. What else is going on in these YouTube streets, man? Of course, we had the Sean Kip situation where he, fired off the blick and, did some stuff, man. So, kind of dropped something on that a little bit earlier. I guess the verdict in on, oh dang, I'm tweaking. But yeah, I guess the verdict in on the verdict is in on Jay Prince Sr. So he's not locked up. Okay, so that's been confirmed. I was following that to kind of see what the deal was on that. So yeah, and yeah, you know what I'm saying? And shout out to Miss Lowdown, man, for coming out, man, and cleaning that stuff up, man. We all as bloggers, man, we all gonna make mistakes, man. We just gotta come out here and clean the stuff up, man, when we mess up, man. We gotta be big boys, big girls, and stuff like that. So, but yeah, make sure, when y'all come into the building, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all bell notifications, share this live. It's Friday night, I'm in the building, you know what I'm saying? We ain't at the club or nothing like that. We finna get it in for a little bit. So, but yeah, also make sure you guys go subscribe to my Instagram if you guys are not subscribed, because we're getting close to the 20,000. When we hit the 20,000, I'm gonna do the giveaway. So you're gonna want to be subscribed to my Instagram page. Okay, so go over there, run me up if you're not subscribed to the channel or to the page over there. Okay. Also Rumble, the link is down in the description box. If you don't have an account over there, go ahead and open one up, and make sure you set up over there just for emergencies. Sometimes you might have to go over there. So yeah, as y'all coming in, come show the chat some love, man. Shout out to Momo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Simply Natural Black Light. I be checking the blogs out. I be popping in and out. I thought I saw something on there about you having a vegan channel or something like that. So if you got that, send me a link too. You know what I'm saying? I want to check that out. I'm not vegan, but I do rock with the vegan, what I'm saying, the vegan meals, but yeah, so how everybody feeling tonight, man? Let me see, what is this? Okay, yeah. So anyway, family, man, we just hanging out, you know what I'm saying? Finna get it in, man. I'm lightweight, shadow, man. Anytime they see anything with Israelites, you know what I'm saying, we gonna automatically be, you know what I'm saying, shadow banned and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And so make sure that y'all, y'all support the channel by, sharing these links and getting this stuff out there, you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't post a lot on YouTube, then they kind of try to move you out the algorithms and stuff like that. So, but I ain't really tripping off of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna post a million videos and go crazy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that serious. But yeah. So we getting ready. Y'all get ready. I'm working on the studio. We finna get the studio together. Man, family. Now listen. Now check this out. Right, this crazy. Right, people been commenting. They got my my chat froze up. I mean, like real talk, like slow everything down. You know what I'm saying? Let's see who checking in, man. Shout out to Angela Knox checking in from Michigan. Man, shout out to Michigan, man. I mess with Michigan a long way, man. Shout out to Brandon. We got Chris in the building. What's going on with it? You know what I'm saying? All right, we on Israelite business tonight, Let me say this also, I'm gonna get into the live here in a little bit, man. But I've been kind of out of sync. I always got a lot of stuff that's going on in the background. I don't get to just sit in the house all day and be on YouTube and chase every lead and do that, you know what I'm saying? But it's coming one of these days. But yeah, but let me just say this, right? Give you guys a little clarification on this Israelite stuff, because what has happened is that a lot of these, I don't want to say so much as the camps, but I'm just saying people in general, whenever they ever hear about Israelites or, Israelite camps or things like that, the first thing they think is religion. What people got to understand is that this is not a religion. This is a nationality. Just like you're called an American, you got Nigerians are called Nigerians, Cubans are called Cubans. This is where people are from, who you are. You don't get away from, who you are. It's just like, for an example, whenever something happened, they don't say, the Christians got kidnapped and killed down here, or they don't identify you by religion. They identify you by, your nationality, your race. They say a black person was killed, or a white person, or a, Mexican person, So at the end of the day, family, they have religionized everything. And you think when you hear this, it's religion. Nah, this is a way of life. You know what I'm saying? We live a regular everyday life. We ain't put no suits on. We ain't doing none of that weird stuff y'all see in the church, but we gonna keep the commandments though. You know what I'm saying? That's how we bumming it. You know what I mean? Simple as that. What's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. One of the things that the Malak is supposed to do is to cry loud and spare not. You know what I'm saying? Show Jacob their sins. And that's what we doing here. And we ain't even got started yet. We just been playing around, testing and tuning and see, what direction, we're going to be able to go on this channel, without, crossing the limit, So, but at any rate, that's just, a little bit on that. But yeah, man, let's get into this thing, right? So we got the 4 Americans kidnapped down here in Mexico, okay? What's surprising, family? I'm surprised that we didn't see this type of movement or this type of activity with Shanquilla. Her family still hasn't got justice. So it makes you wonder, like, and I don't want to. Let me say this, right? Everybody got a past that they come from. All of us come from different walks of life. Okay, I don't want to belittle the next the next person's struggle or their situation. We all come from somewhere, but check, when you check the background on these individuals, and we're going to get into this here in a little bit, but these wasn't just some some squares that just went down here to get that. We're dealing with criminals and criminal activity. When we look at somebody like Shanquilla Robinson, she was simply out there on a vacation with so-called friends, when she got sent up, and the government, from what I have read, is they haven't been able to do it to come to some type of uh, resolution with the Mexican government. And it's like, the justice is being held up on that, but yet we have a situation where, that just happened with these 4 Americans. And I mean, and it's just speedily, swift. I mean, it's on every news network. It's on, so when you start seeing stuff like that, that lets you know that there's something bigger that's going on behind the scenes that we don't have any knowledge of. Okay. So, let's just get right to it, right? So now let's start with the letter, because as I said up here, right, cartels don't apologize, right? Okay, they don't apologize. The only time you really see criminals apologizing is whenever they're in court and they're pleading out the cases or whatever the case may be. This is when you see people apologizing. Criminals are not apologizing for the different things that they're doing. Out here in the streets or whatever the case may be. But before I break down and give y'all the breakdown on what really happened or what's really going on with this case, allegedly, okay, let me pull this up real quick. Let's do this real quick. Oh, and let me make sure that this music down a little bit, because I know when I'm listening to this music, it don't sound that loud, but once I hear it on the playback, it may be loud a little bit. But I like that little beat, little song. It's got a little uppity up kind of. See, okay, we're gonna present. Boom, boom. Let's see here. Let's go with. Yeah, let's go with this right here. Okay. Now, family. So this was an article that was put out by PBS News. Okay. PBS News. And it's about this letter, right? But something that I wanna highlight here is that they tell us that a letter claiming to be from the Mexican drug cartel, blamed for abducting 4 Americans and killing 2 of them, condemned the violence, and said the gang turned over to authorities its own members who were responsible. Now listen to that right there, right? So the cartel is telling us the Scorpion. Now, hey, listen, family, this is crazy, right? So just like you had the Scorpion unit up in Memphis with the Tyree Nichols case, now we're dealing with the Scorpion faction down here in Mexico. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they are part of the what's his name? Dang, the mob bought the drug cartel that they just got. Well, I ain't gonna say just got, but what's his name? It'll come to me. But anyway, the big guy that they went down there and got, they broke out of prison and stuff like that. But I believe that he's part of that cartel. That cartel is the one that this is speaking about. Okay. Okay, so now listen to this, fam. They want us to believe that the cartel is so honorable, right? Where they're saying, okay, we condemn that, what you guys did, but now the news report is telling us that they got caught in a crossfire between 2 rival gangs or cartels or whatever the case may be, and this is how they got hit. You know what I'm saying? So now they're telling us that the cartel is saying that they're going to turn these people over, that they condemned it. Now it would be nice if Jay Prince had the same energy, man, because remember he said the shooters can't hide behind him. So it would have been nice if he would have had the same energy and would have turned the shooters in. But as you can see, criminals don't do that. They don't do that. Your first instinct is to protect those that's close to you and the people that's around you. So that's just something that just does not happen, okay, in the world of crime. Okay. Now listen to this right here. It says me see here. Let's say da, 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 da. Was this the let me see here. I'm looking for the is this the article? Let me see here. Hold on, let me see. I don't believe is it hold on. Give me 1 second, man. Let me let's see here. I'm trying to find this article where I thought that I had it pulled up where they spoke about when they found these guys in the car. Oh yeah, here you go, right here. Tweet. Oh, okay, here we go. So yeah, so look, so family, so right here, right? This is what I wanted to pull out right here, right? Now where is that at? I thought I just had that pulled up. But anyway, make a long story short, I'll find it. But it stated that they were looking for this vehicle. They were looking for this vehicle, and they found the vehicle. Hold on, man. I thought I just had that pulled up. What am I? Hold on. I'm tripping now. Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm moving too fast. Slow down. Okay. Okay, so right here it says a separate state security official said that the five men had been found tied up inside one of the vehicles that authorities had been searching for, along with the letter. That officials also spoke on condition of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak about the case. So basically, what they're saying is that these guys right here were found tied up. Okay, they were found tied up. Okay, in this vehicle that they were looking for, right? And typically, right now, let me say this, right? Typically, right, when you got situations like that going on, I mean, the first thought is to get rid of the evidence. So if they knew that these guys did that, typically they're going to go and get you out the way. Not tie you up and leave you in the vehicle. Okay, leave you in a vehicle to be apprehended. You know. Now I want to show you guys something, right? Because let me see here. Okay, let me add this to the stream real quick. Let's see here. Okay, right here. So check this out, family. You see this right here? These are the guys right here that they got. Now, does this guy right here in the middle, okay, does it look like they really worried about any issues? Does it look like they are, he's laughing, having a jolly good time? You know what I'm saying? He's laughing, having a jolly good time. Does it look like these, like they really are worried about any type of trouble or anything of that nature. Okay. The answer is no. See, this guy right here in the middle, look, he's smiling, after he took out a couple people. They supposedly, dragged the person, dragged two dead people. Because if you guys notice, when we watch the video of that they keep showing on the news, they only show the video of old girl getting into the truck, and they just keep re-looping it. You know, you don't see the rest of these people being hauled into the car, although you have somebody upstairs in a room somewhere recording out the window. You know, so it just amazes me, man, how we can go on the news at different points, and we can see live shootouts, we can see live all type of live stuff, and then it's like when you had when you had that Asian guy out there in California that did that shooting at that parade or whatever it was. They showed the video of the guy in there wrestling with him with the gun and all of this other stuff. But when it comes down to stuff like this, there's nothing. It's just snippets, and games are being played when we know that there's more footage. Okay. But at any rate, what are my thoughts on this, right? My thoughts is that this is a drug deal, and this is allegedly, right? This is a drug deal gone bad, okay? And this cartel, the Scorpion cartel or whatever the case may be, was used as how can I say this? Their name was used in there as a shield for something that I believe they had nothing to do with. So this is why 4 guys are found in a truck that supposedly of the Scorpion gang. Who's going to turn their own gang here? Think about this, family, and I try to teach you logic here, okay? And I know in different regions here in the nation, everybody think different, okay? Everybody's raised different, and that's okay. But think about this: if these guys are willing to gun people down in broad daylight and really put in work for this cartel, why would they turn these guys in to the police? These are valuable members, okay? What do they care about? And listen, and like I said, I'm trying to be as passionate as possible, but we have to be real, okay? It's not like these were the top tier elite of our people. This is not like you're dealing with senators, you're dealing with actors. They're just like the rest of the people at the bottom that's trying to come up, that's wrapped into street stuff. Okay. So what do they care about killing? You know what I'm saying? Some Israelites that in their mind, we're at the bottom of the barrel. What do they care about that? Okay. They don't care nothing about it. And we know this because if they did, we would have justice for Shanquilla Robinson right now. Okay. If they really, really care. Now think about this. This woman was just on vacation, did nothing wrong. Okay. Also, I didn't cover this, right? But there's a guy, I forget what his name is, but I believe he's from the East Coast somewhere. I believe he was like a attorney or something like that. This guy was down in, I want to say it was Argentina, somewhere in South America. And he got gunned down in a similar fashion, where they said that he got caught with some rival stuff. They tried to rob him for his cell phone. They thought he was the police. He was a blogger too. He did blogs and stuff, but they killed him down there, So now I don't know if his family has got justice yet, but at any rate, innocent people that's innocent go out here, they lose their life. There's no justice, and yet you have, and think about that. We got this situation with Takeoff here, that's on camera that they see. You would think that the feds would be swarming in and it would have been like, but no, So you got to understand that these things are political moves. Another thing that they highlighted was that a lot of people are going into these foreign countries, okay? Mexico, Dominican Republic, the Caribbeans, to go get these surgeries done, whether It's the tummy tucks, the BBL. Um, and the reason why is because you guys have to understand that everything here in America is inflated. Okay. I posted something on there, and I know that on this, I know that our people are prone to gospel. We want to listen to gospel every day. We don't really want to pay attention to the things that's going on. But I shared on my Instagram, I shared on the community page here on YouTube about how, the Silicon Valley Bank basically, got basically took over by the big dogs. Um, people's not able to withdraw money out of that bank right now until Monday till they get stuff together. So no one understand that there's stuff that's going on that people need to be aware of, and they're watching the money. They know that there's millions and millions of dollars that's being spent in these foreign countries, and it's helping these countries because at the end of the day, everything over here is inflated because we operate on the debt system. It's the same system that crippled the Roman Empire. Okay, so at the end of the day, I believe that this letter is fake. These guys that they caught are not part of this cartel of whatever the case may be. I don't believe this had anything to do with per se that cartel and what they're alleging happened. Okay, so now let's break this down, right, and go more in depth on it, so I can help you guys to understand why I'm stating this. Okay. Now let's hop over here and look at this, right? So this is an article that was put out on CNN, was dropped March 8th, right? Now let me see here. Let's do this. I want to play this clip, right? And this clip is from what's the woman name? The lady that was with him right here, Latavia McGee, right? Now listen to what her mother had to say. And let me know if y'all can hear this. If not, let me know in the chat.
Tell me that how they was hostile and how they had it in that little place, and it was stank with the her brother in there, and all of them was hostile in a little thing together, and they were moving them from place to place.
Did she understand? Did they understand what was happening to them at the time?
Give me a one in the chat if you guys can hear that. It's playing right now.
No, because she said when they was had drove, they was going through, and a van. They was driving through, and a van came up and hit them, and that's when they started shooting at the car, shooting inside the van or whatever. And I guess she said the other ones tried to run, and they got shot at the same time. Yeah. Shahid and Zell and Eve, they all got shot at the same time, and she watched them die.
And you helped to raise Shahid, right? Who died?
Now let me get that back. I want you guys to listen to that. Let me back her up real quick, right? Because she said something that was critical, right?
A van. They was driving through, and a van came up and hit them, and that's when they started shooting at the car.
So she's saying, so the mother is saying that Latavia basically told her that a car, and let's bag that up so we can get it right from the horse's mouth, hit them from the back. Now this is an old tactic, right? That let's go here, right? This is a tactic that's kind of designed to basically get you to stop and get you out of the car. These are tactics that robbers use where, I've heard of cases, man, where people have been robbed like that, where people have run into their car, and then once they get out the car, they rob them and stuff like that. So that basically what it's saying. She said that they basically hit the back of the car, right? And basically made them crash. And then that's when they started firing, right? So let's get that back.
They was driving through, and a van came up and hit them, and that's when they started shooting at the car, shooting inside the van or whatever. And I guess she said the other ones tried to run, and they got shot at the same time.
Yeah. So basically, what she's saying is they got hit in the back, and as soon as they hit the back of the car, they started shooting. Okay, so where's we get this story about two rival gangs was in a shootout? They were basically in the crossfire. That's not what the mother just said. There's nothing about any crossfire. The mother said that somebody tapped the back of the car, and when they tapped the car, they basically made them crash, and then when they got out, they started shooting. So it sounds like Shaheed and what's the other guy name? Shaheed and Zendale were the ones that jumped out and got blicked down. Okay. But now let's go a little bit more in depth on this, right? Okay. Now check this out, right? Okay. This right here, right? Okay. This is what we're getting ready to look at right here. Because this right here is very telling, man. This right here tells us everything that we need to know, right? So they hitting us with mother was traveling for medical procedure. It says the trip was the second time Washington McGee, a mother of 6 children, had gone to Mexico for a medical procedure. Her mother, Barbara Burgess, said, okay? So mom kind of told on her a little bit. I'm going to break this down in a little bit, but mom told on her. She's been down there before, okay? She's the plug. She's the one that know who you know. Give me 1 second. We're getting ready to bust it right down, right? So anyway, she traveled to the country for surgery about 2 or 3 years ago, okay? Burgess said, but this time, Burgess was informed by the FBI on Sunday that her daughter had been kidnapped and was in danger, okay? So her daughter has taken this trip before. This is not the first time that she's going down there, okay? Now, it says Washington McGee's close friend told CNN the trip was for a cosmetic surgery. The group booked a hotel in Brownsville and planned to drive into Matamoros for the surgery, according to the friend. A day after the kidnapping, the friend became concerned and reached out to the doctor's office for more information. When I reached out to the doctor's office, they told me that Lativia had reached out to them and asked them for directions because she was lost. The friend said they sent me a screenshot of the message and said they sent her the address and asked her if she was using GPS. The disappearance of the 4 was reported to Brownsville police on Saturday. Okay? Saturday. According to a police report, Cheryl Orange called police from a Motel 6 in Brownsville Saturday to report that the group had not been heard from since driving towards Matamoros, excuse me, of my high class English, and a rented minivan on Friday morning. Okay, so now listen to this. She called from, now this Cheryl Orange she didn't actually go into the Mexico with the other 4. She was still at the hotel in Brownsville. So she said Saturday she called to report that the group had not been heard from since driving towards Matamoros in a rented minivan on Friday morning. So they left Friday morning and she hadn't heard back from them for a day. And when she didn't hear back from them, this is when she called, right? Orange told police she had stayed behind in the U.S. because she did not have an ID with her. Said the four had not been answering their cell phones. Okay, now let's get to it, right? So you're telling me that this group of people, right, that's coming from the Carolinas, right? Okay, they're coming from the other side of the map, right? They're coming all the way from the Carolinas, right? And you're telling me that this Cheryl Orange got all the way down here to Texas, to Brownsville, and then figured out that she didn't have the proper identification to get into Mexico? See, family, I'm teaching you how to think here. This woman traveled all the way from the Carolinas, right? And got all the way down here to Texas, and then figured out that she could not go into Mexico because she didn't have the proper identification. So what was the whole purpose of her taking the trip if she knew she didn't have the proper identification to get into Mexico? Okay. When you're traveling out of the country, there's certain things that you know you have to have. Okay. You don't get all the way across the map. You don't leave the Carolinas to get all the way down to Texas. Okay. Get all the way down by the border to say, you know what? I don't have any ID. I can't go. Okay. So this whole ordeal is suspicious, man, because you have this Cheryl Owens that's down here in this hotel room that's basically waiting on them to get back. Haven't heard anything back from them. Okay. She says that the group booked a hotel in Brownsville. Who does that? Who books a hotel just across the border? You know, like it just like, family, come on, man. You know, we're not that ignorant to believe that a person that's going, why not just fly from the Carolinas and just fly into Mexico? And what was the purpose of the other three guys going? Now, mind you, these are not none of her lovers. These are not husband, boyfriend, or anything like this. These are like family. These are people that she grew up with. Okay? It's family. So this helps us to understand that this story that we're being fed about, this so-called procedure that she was going to get. Now, the other thing that I want to show you, right, is that if we actually really look at what she was going to get, let me pull this up, right? You know what? Let's do this. Let's try something here real quick. Hey Siri. How much does a tummy tuck cost here in the United States?
Here's an answer from healthgrades.com. Most of the time, people have to pay out of pocket for a tummy tuck. You should ask your surgeon about the cost. An average cost is about $6,200.
Okay, so that says she's going to get this tummy tuck. It's about $6,000, right? Give or take, okay, depending where you're going. Hey Siri. How much is a tummy tuck in Mexico?
Here's what I found.
Okay, so what she has here is, and let me just pull this up, family. Okay. Okay. So on here, it gives us a little bit of some different information. It says over here in the United States, it's about 17,000. I don't know how old this article is. And then it said in Mexico, it's about $10,000. I don't know. What is this website? But the one that I was looking at earlier was saying that it was about 3,000-4,000 or whatever in Mexico. But at any rate, the money that you're spending on hotels and driving and doing all this and that is, I mean, it's essentially the same amount of money you would spend if you were flying, which is going to essentially be around almost the same amount here. You know, the extra $1,000 is not nothing compared to, you know, what you're spending for driving. So it's a lot. So basically, family, what's going on here is there's one or two things that's going on. Either Latavia, hope I'm saying her name correctly, they're going to crucify me if I'm not, okay? It's one or two things that's going on here. Either one, she's got into some trouble, okay? And she had to set somebody up. And if that's the case, it could have went one or two ways. It could have been she maybe had to set somebody up and she already been down there. So the mother has already told on her and told us that she's been down to Mexico before. This is not her first time going down to Mexico. Okay. So obviously, whoever she was dealing with down there in Mexico or knew or whatever the case may be, because if you notice, she didn't get touched down there at all. Okay. She didn't get touched because she's been down there, and obviously whoever she was going to see, she knew. Okay. Or whatever the case may be. Now, what we don't know, or what I don't know, and this is all allegedly. This is my thoughts. This is not anything concrete. Allegedly. Okay. I believe that either, because it could have went like this too. If they caught some cases back in Carolinas and told on somebody that that was part of the cartel or something like that, and they know that they could have lined them up and sent them down there to, what I'm saying, but then they would have took out all four of them. They would have never left her alive. So it seems to me that this was a sting operation. What I want you guys to understand is that there's a fentanyl problem that's going on here in the United States. It is flooded with fentanyl. Okay. Remember, a lot of y'all didn't go watch that video that I did on the air balloon thing that was real big. And they were like, well, what's going on with this? There's a fentanyl problem that's going on up in Montana. The cartels have taken over Montana. Okay. Oh yeah. The cartels have taken over Montana. And his name is El Chapo. That's what I was trying to call earlier. This is his cartel that's in operation. Now, mind you, he's up there with Larry Hoover and the ADX up there in Florence, Colorado. Okay, he's being watched 24/7. When his mail come in, they open it, he read it on the screen. Whenever he's on the video, I mean on a visit, everything is being recorded. Everything. All of these people have to go through clearance that's coming in. They know who these people are. They know where they live at. They know what they eat. They know where they know all of this stuff. Okay. This is why when I told you guys about the situation with Jay Prince going to see Larry Hoover, that's not you know what I'm saying? That's not, that's not something that you want to be tied up with, unless you're family. If you're family, that's different. That there's nothing suspicious about that. Okay. But when you involved in other stuff in the streets, you don't need the police in your business, and that's how they get right in your business when you're going up and you're seeing some of the most powerful people in the world. But at any rate, Montana's being bombarded by the cartels. They're overwhelming. Okay. So there's a fentanyl crisis that's going on here in the United States, and they know that part of the portion is coming from Mexico. Okay. And so they can go down there and they can get it for dirt cheap. And we don't know if this is a sting operation. I believe it was. And I believe that the government, because they're very slimy. Okay. They're some of the most slimiest people on the earth. When you understand how these people work, they the cream of the crop. Okay. YSL ain't got nothing on them. They're keen slime. You know what I'm saying? I believe that they went down there to go set somebody up. They got the drop and they started shooting, or whatever the case may be. And they didn't kill the old girl and the other guy that got shot in the leg. So that's my thoughts, because why would they be moving them from safe house to safe house? Why not just kill them and get rid of them? You already killed 2 people already. You know what I'm saying? So I believe this was a sting operation gone bad, and they blamed it on the cartel and said that, this is what happened, even though they had nothing to do with it. And this is why they were found. These guys were found in the car. This guy that's smiling on the scene with a note saying that, we're turning the guys over with. We're sorry, this and that, blase scoop, and that's it. They're on their own. So at the end of the day, family, this is what's going on here. This whole setup, this woman, Cheryl Orange, that's sitting here in this Browns hotel, you don't know what's going on. Did this Cheryl? Okay. Let me see if I could find her online real quick, because that's what I didn't do earlier. I'm actually kind of freestyling a little bit, but let me see if I can pull some images up on her. Okay. So yeah, let me see. Friend stopped from crossing Mexico with tummy tuck. Okay. Let's look at this here. So this is Cheryl Orange. Let me see if let's let this load. let this load. So the fifth passenger, identified as Cheryl Orange, who was denied entry to Mexico, where her 4 friends were later kidnapped by crime and drug syndicate Gulf Cartel, said that she thought they had been arrested because they were known to party and use narcotics. Well, wow. Well, wow. Well, wow. So the friend is telling us that they're known to party and use narcotics. Okay. So now, do you see what's going on here, family? She said she thought they had been arrested because they're known to party and use narcotics. Police report from Cheryl Owens, friend of the Americans kidnapped. So now this is why I said, family, this is why this thing gets suspicious, right? Because she mysteriously stays in this hotel, right? This Motel 6. And family, let me explain something to you guys, right? Motel 6 is the bottom of the barrel. Okay? There's nowhere in the world that I would be caught in a Motel 6. Okay? Now I have been in Motel 6, in the past, but that's those hotels are hustling spots. Those are drug spots. A Motel 6 is not nowhere that you want to be going somewhere if you're going to get a tummy tuck. You know what I'm saying? And then you're leaving there and you're going to have to, that's not where you want to be at. You want to lightweight being something that's luxury a little bit, where you can actually relax, but they're in the bottom of the barrel. Okay. And she said they're known to party and use narcotics. Now, once again, these right here are signs that we have to pay attention to. They're known to party and use narcotics. Okay. So now we know that some of these individuals have drug cases, priors and things like that. But she's saying that they like to party and, do their thing, So what's really going on here? Okay. So it seems that somebody has some type of ties in Mexico. And let me see, did she give us any, no, she didn't give us any, she didn't specify what doctor office actually they went to, but so she said, okay, so in a text exchange with the Associated Press, Orange said that her friends were supposed to return after dropping McGee to her tummy tuck, and when they didn't return, she grew concerned and alerted the police. So basically, they were going to drop her off, and then they were on their way, and then they were going to just come back. Like, come on, family, where where they do that at? Like, you know what I'm saying? She's going to get a procedure, then we're just going to drop her off, and we're going to come back. Like, it doesn't make sense. What makes sense is that they rented that car on Friday or whatever day they rented it on to go across the border. They were already down in Texas at that hotel. They rented that car, and then they chose Friday, okay, to go in and cross the border, okay. And so when they got in, they got hit, So, and you got to understand, on Friday is one of the busiest times where people are traveling. So those are typically, that's when people are moving. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, they were supposed to drop her off and come back. Okay. So you need three people to go over here and drop her off and come back. Okay. It makes no sense in the world. Okay. Now, family, now think about this, right? And I can't remember, and you guys can check in, right? It says now think about this, family. Now check this out, right? It says that this woman right here, right? This Cheryl Owens, right? This woman right here, right? That's down in Brownsville, right? That she's down in Brownsville, right here by the border. Okay? Right here by the border. They're telling us that she didn't hear about this stuff on the news, about these people getting gunned down and blicked down, you know what I'm saying, in traffic. That she didn't hear nothing about that on the news. I mean, this stuff is ringing across all the networks. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So you're telling me that this woman didn't see none of this stuff on the news, but got up and made a report to the police. Police reports from Cheryl Orange, a friend of America's kidnapped and Tyros. Cheryl did not cross into Mexico because she forgot her ID. Report states, would be surprised if her friends got arrested because they were known to party and use narcotics. Okay, now let me see if I pull this up. Okay, let's do this. Can I hold on? Let's close out. Try to put some stuff. Boom. Let me see it. Trying to see if I can zoom in on this. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. On Saturday, March 4th, 2019, I was dispatched to 225 North Express Hotel in reference to a welfare concern. So why would he have to be dispatched there if she was just calling in? See, now family, this is what I want you guys to understand. It's the same thing in this Twitch case. Okay. Why would family? So on Saturday, March 21st, let me see. Can I? Man, I can't see that. I was trying to find a time on there, but okay, let's see. It says, upon arrival, I made contact with Cheryl Orange. Cheryl appeared to be worried and nervous. Why would she be worried and nervous about a friend that's going to get a tummy tuck? Okay, she said they're known for partying. So if that's normal, I mean, you know, like family, let's just use some logical sense here, right? We all got family and friends, right? That we know, that we deal with on a regular, okay? We got those that we party with. We know those who party. And just say, for an example, if some, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna say this for an example. So I had one of my cousins, they had drove down to Atlanta like last month sometime, right? They're on the highway, they're going down there. So I know they're going down there, they're gonna call me when they get situated. You know, okay. I didn't hear from them from a day. They called, they eventually called. It was like, this was going on, woo. We know that this is, family business. This is not no criminal activity that's going on. So why would she be nervous the next morning? It said that the woman was worried and nervous. You know what I'm saying? It says, I also detected an odor of marijuana emitting from her person. Cheryl stated that her friend, Lativia McGee, drove into town on Thursday at approximately 3 a.m. She stated that they all rented a white minivan with unknown North Carolina license plates and drove down here from South Carolina to cross into it. Now, family, do you understand what I'm explaining to you guys? This woman drove all the way from the Carolinas knowing she did not have any ID to cross the border. I mean, like, family, like, come on, let's be realistic here. You know you got to go into Mexico to get the procedure done. Where's your passport at? Oh, wow. Because Lativia was going to get an operation surgery done on her body, Cheryl did not appear to know the details of Lativia's surgery, but did state that she believed the surgery to be, I can't really see that, basically a tummy tuck. She further stated that all these friends are African American. She don't look African American. Okay. So at the end of the day, family, she knows nothing about the details of this so-called tummy tuck that she was going down there to get. You're telling me. Now let's do this, right? Let's do this. Hey Siri,
Uh-huh.
how long is a drive from South Carolina to Texas?
Here's what I found.
So it's a 16-hour drive, almost a 17-hour drive down here, right? Maybe longer than that because they were down in Brownsville. You're telling me you've been on the road almost 24 hours with this woman that's going to get this procedure done, and you know nothing about, you know what I'm saying? Nothing about what's going on. Okay? You know nothing about what's going on with this procedure. Said she knew little about it. So we know this is the cover-up story, okay? Cheryl stated that the last time that she last saw Lativia and her brothers Friday at 8 a.m., leaving the Motel 6. She stated that they were all headed to, now think about this, family, now grasp, okay? See, I'm teaching you I'm teaching you how you break this stuff down. This is why y'all come here, you know what I'm saying, to get the real live breakdowns on what's going on, okay? Now, this woman tells us the last time she saw them was Friday morning at 8 o'clock, right? So the question we gotta ask ourselves, what planet is Cheryl on? She didn't hear about the shooting that happened across the border where these people were gunned down. It took her to Saturday morning to call the police and make a report. Like, family, come on now. This is how you bust it up. This is how you bust through the lies. Okay, when these people got gunned down like early, like midday, like in Mexico. You know what I'm saying? So why? So you telling me all this stuff happened? It's the biggest news in the world. Okay, the biggest news in the world. Let me see when they were. Let me pull this up. Let me get some timestamps on this thing, man. Let me get some timestamps on this thing, man. Let me see what's going on with this, man. Let me see if I can pull something up real quick. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. So let's see here. What time? Okay, so let's see here. On Friday, March 3rd, 4 citizens were kidnapped at the brazen. Let's see. Their locator was confirmed. I don't know if somebody can find what. Do anybody know what time this actually happened? I know it was in the morning sometime. We know it was like midday or something like that. Let's see here. Let's see. The bodies were reported to the U.S. on Tuesday. See, it says after crossing the border, they were attacked. See, after they crossed the border. Okay, Derek said at 12:30. Okay, so check this out, right? So getting back to my point, right? So Cheryl wants us to believe, right? Cheryl wants us to believe that At 12 o'clock midday, these people got gunned. Because typically she was starting to worry. So you didn't see the news that this minivan had got blicked down, and that, you know what I'm saying, these people had got killed. So my thing is that how do you miss that? This lets us know that there's more to this. This Cheryl, okay, did like Twitch wife. She waited the next day and then called the police, and you know what I'm saying? She said she further stated that she did not know though which port of entry they crossed and did not have any. What is this right here? Okay, I can't really. Yeah. Let me see if I can pull this guy up on Twitter. So I can't read that. I can't read nothing on there. Let's do this. What is? Oh, George. Oh, you know what? Let me try this. Man, you know what? I'm gonna do this also, man. I'm gonna drop that link in the description box too. If if y'all want to come in and y'all want to speak on it. Curious to hear y'all thoughts too. Link is down in the description box. Okay. But now let me see if I can pull this guy up real quick on Twitter so I can really read this report, because it's hard for me to see that. Ventura. Okay, Ventura report. Let's see what he got going on here. Let's see. Okay, let me see here. So let's look here. Shell stated. You know what? Let's see here. Let me just do this real quick. Let me just go and see if I can get it to Twitter. Because I want to pull this up for you guys to so that you guys can also see this too. Y'all make sure y'all go hold on, let me see. A. Okay, here we go. Let's do this real quick. Let's jump over here. That way we can just go ahead and get it straight from the horse's mouth, man. Okay, so let's cruise down here and get some eyes on this paperwork. Okay, here we go. Let's see, can I zoom in? I want to let me zoom in. Let's close that. Anyway, let's just do it like this. Okay, so that's I'm gonna just read it from here. It says she stated that they were headed to. I thought they said they did not know which port they had crossing. It was, the port of entry they crossed, and did not have any information on the doctor's office that Lativia was headed to. She stated that she had heard from them since. Now, family, do you see that right there? You see the lie right there? You see the lie right there. Do you see how we just caught them in a lie that fast? That woman stated, she said, listen to this. Okay. Right here in the report, she clearly states, family, she further stated that she did not know through which port of entry they crossed and did not have any information on the doctor's office that Lativia was headed to. Right? She stated that she has not heard from them since. But wait a minute. Okay? When we go back over here to CNN, you know what I'm saying? Let's get on back over here to CNN, right? Let me see. Let's get. So right here, it says the group booked the hotel bar Planet General according to the friend. It says a day after the kidnapping, the friend became concerned and reached out to the doctor's office for more information. When I reached out to the doctor's office, they told me Lativia had reached out to them to ask them for directions because she was lost. The friend said, they sent me a screenshot of the messages and they said they sent her the address and asked her if she was using GPS. The disappearance of the four was reported to Brownsville Saturday, according to police report. Cheryl Orange called the police from a Motel 6 in Brownsville Saturday. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you know, how is this woman on a trip, knows nothing about, you know, what's going on down here? Okay. So let's keep going here. It says, I contacted Kazari Rucker Detention Center to check for the said subjects to no avail. Cheryl stated that the only reason she did not cross into Mexico because she did not have her ID with her. She further stated that there was another male subject in company of her friends, but did not have any information on him. Cheryl stated that Lativia is 5'6", 220, has black hair, but currently has it dyed blonde, has brown eyes, is dark complexion, and last seen wearing a green mini dress. She stated that Eric is in his late 30s, is 6'5", 260 pounds, is bald headed, has brown eyes, dark complexion, last seen wearing a white shirt and gray pants, and okay, da 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 da. But listen, did you hear this right here, family? Let's back up right here. Cheryl stated that the only reason she did not cross into Mexico was because she did not have her ID with her. Fam, this listen, this is blowing my mind. You listen, fam, how do you leave the Carolinas all the way to Texas? If you wanted to get into a club or go out and do anything, you don't even have no ID. If you go into a liquor store, you can't even buy a bottle of alcohol. You don't have any ID. Who does that? But I want to point out, she said that there was another male subject in company of her friends, but did not have any information on him. Now, is this the guy? Now, family, this is the question we need to ask ourselves. Is this the other guy that was killed? Let's go back to this guy, right? This Zendale Brown. Okay. Is this the Zendale Brown guy that were crossed over? Because she said she had no information on him. It sounds like the let me pull this up. Hold on, man. Hold up, wait a minute. See, there's a lot of silence, it seems like, on this Zendale Brown, because the family came out and pretty much her mother spoke on Shahid and Eric, about them being, brothers, stuff like this. But this uh uh let me see here. Let's jump over here, right? Let's check this out, fam. Okay, we're gonna jump on this New York Post over here, right? It says victim Zendale Brown made chilling warning before fateful trip. One of the two Americans killed in Mexico in the Mexico cartel kidnapping had expressed his reluctance about traveling south of the border, chillingly saying, "We shouldn't go down," according to his sister. Okay. Zendale Brown had been aware of the pearls of traveling from South Carolina from Lativia, Tay, and Eric James. So McGee, a mother, sister, Zendale kept saying we shouldn't go down, she said in a phone interview with the Associated Press. So this guy right here was basically saying that we shouldn't go down there, is what his sister said. So yeah, family, man, this stuff is crazy, man. I don't know what to think about this. I mean, I know what to think about it, but I just wanted to take the time out, man, and just kind of touch on this thing a little bit, man, because I mean, at the end of the day, we got some more of our people that's been taken out, and it's really senseless, man, to be quite frank with you. It's a senseless move, because it's like, let me say this, right? Okay, if she was going down there to get this tummy tuck, right? Okay, what I want you guys to understand, to my sisters out there, is that when the internet has people minds and stuff messed up, because how the internet is designed, you're able to get access to billions of people around the world. We're able to touch people all around the world through social media. Okay. And I've been getting requests on relationship topics coming to theater soon. But let me just say this. Okay, I don't want to get too far off course, but I want to finish with my thought here. You have access to see people all around the world in all of these different pockets that you would not normally see if there was no internet. You would only know the people in your town, or or whatever places you're traveling to. You have access to see people all around the world now. So what I want you, my sisters, to understand, this stuff about going to get these BBLs, these tummy tucks, and all of this stuff, you have to put the work in. Okay, we live in an I want it now society. I want it now. I want it now. I want that now. Let's just go get this done. No, it takes work. Okay, it takes work. If you want that what they call that beach body, you got to put in the work. You have to discipline yourself, and you got to go into that gym, and you have to keep yourself up. Okay. And like I said, we're going to get into some of this relationship stuff, because I think women get complacent. They get in these relationships, they get married, or whatever the case may be, and they get complacent. Understand that men and women are wired different. Men and women are wired different. Men are going off of looks. This is just how the Most High has wired us. Okay. Now I can go into the science of that, but I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get crazy on here tonight, because we already been on here How long we been on here rocking already? Pretty sure we've been on here an hour already. Where we at? But anyway, let's see what's going on here. Let me get in the comment section and see what some of you guys had to say on the situation. Let's see here. Angela says, I believe why this moves so fast is because of the drug cartel. American government hate them and they're moving too many drugs this way. Government really want to go in Mexico. Okay, true. Let me say this. There's some truth to that, but I also have to beg to differ. Excuse me, because when we look at the, I don't know if you guys ever watched the case with Freeway Ricky Ross, right, from California, that was dealing with the cartels also. I believe they were Colombians, right? He spoke about how you had agents that were rolled that was involved in that process of getting stuff to and fro and things like that. See what you guys got to understand about traveling into these foreign countries is that the laws and stuff is different. People are wired different. To a lot of you guys who have not traveled outside the United States, they show you these different places in the Caribbean and different places around the world, and that's just a small section. That is the section that these Europeans have gone over there and taken. They make it look good and stuff, but the rest of the country is in poverty. I mean, it's worse than over here. You go into these different spots in the Caribbean that people like to go to: Bahamas, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic. There's places, if you get caught in certain spots, it's not going to be good, and they do business different over there. Okay, the way that the laws and stuff work over here don't work like that over there. It works totally different. Okay, it's a whole totally different ball game. They don't bar none of that stuff. They kill judges. They kill politicians. They don't care about none of that. They don't bar none of that. You know what I'm saying? So this is what you guys have to understand. Now, if the government was so, if the government wanted to, they could stop it. But why would they do that? This is how they make money. This is why some of you guys probably watched that guy, B. Tatum, Officer Tatum. Okay. Now let me say this, right? I really have a dislike for this brother, man, because he has ate off the back of our people. He has came up off of throwing our people under the bus. Okay. Now let me say this. There's certain things that I watch from him that he be on point with, but this is a guy, and maybe I may do an expose on him, but this is a guy who is married to a white woman, right? And he tries his best to appease white people, and it's understandable because he's married to a white woman and he has children by a white woman. See, anytime you marry your oppressor or have kids by your oppressor, you're going to always be caught in between a rock and a hard place, because number one, you have children by that particular person. But at the end of the day, Tanakh teaches us that these people are our enemies. Okay. Now I don't want you guys to believe this is not something where we, that we go out here and hate or whatever. No, this is not that. Okay. But Tanakh teaches us that we will be sold to our enemies, to our oppressors, and we are oppressed people here in this nation. Okay. So at the end of the day, he speak about, blacks in the neighborhood, dealing drugs and doing all this other stuff. What you got to understand is blacks are not transporting this stuff into the United States. I mean, you may have a small handful, a few people that may do that, but for the most part, a lot of this stuff, how it's getting into the country. Okay, we watched the movie, what's the movie with Denzel? Frank Lucas. We watched the movie American Gangster. Okay. We saw how the drugs were getting back over here by the weight of the government. This was not Israelites, okay, blacks flying over into these different places, getting this stuff and bringing back all of these quantities. You know what I'm saying? That same guy that Kobe Bryant told on, that doctor, He's a chemist. He's responsible for a lot of this stuff that's going on because he was bribing the doctors to use this fentanyl that he created in the lab. So why are the low level people always being targeted? And then it's like, oh well, black people, this and that. No, black people are being subjected to their environment and the things that's being forced on them. Okay. So at the end of the day, if these people want to stop that, they can stop it. They don't want to stop it. Why? Because they get paid off of it. Okay. Suzanne said, I hear when she got her last stomach surgery in Mexico, she took an airplane to Mexico too. Right. That's logical sense. If you're going to do that, you're going to fly out there, and then family, think about this. If she already had a tummy tuck procedure done already, right? And I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not being funny. We saw the pictures. Okay. We see the pictures of this woman, and I'm just not, I don't want sisters to feel like I'm throwing her under the bus. This is not what I'm doing. But if I got a rate on a scale, okay, Kevin Samuel way, you know what I'm saying, from a 1 to a 10, okay, there's a lot of beautiful women out there, you know what I'm saying? If we're gonna, rank like that, and she's just, you know what I'm saying? So if you've been down here and you got this procedure already, the aftermath after that. Why would you go down here and get a tummy tuck and know you got to travel almost 24 hours on a, in this ride, in this vehicle, stop and stand at hotels, doing all this other stuff where you can just fly, get there, get it done, and get up out of there. Okay? Doesn't make sense because that's not what happened. Okay? Chris says, truth is, Mexico's not the place you want to travel to right now. I think all foreign countries I like that. Mexico the same way. I mean, if you go to the right spots, you're typically not going to have too many problems. Like if you're going into places like Cancun, popular tourist spots, those places are a little bit different because you actually have Americans down there, or even Mexicans that speak English, and it's kind of based around that because they know the foreigners going to be coming there, so they want people that's in these places that speak English, some form of English that can kind of communicate with the people. Suzanne says El Chapo's son got arrested by a Mexican military. The cartel, they are at war in Mexico. Most definitely, they stay at war down there. Hey, did you guys know in Haiti, right? I was just out in DR. I got family out in DR. I just left the Dominican Republic about a couple months ago. You guys know about in Haiti, they don't have any government. You just have martyr bands. You know what I'm saying? You have martyr bands out there. This crew. You don't have any government out there. Like out here, you got a president, you got all of this stuff. You have martyr bands out there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like the country kind of really running itself. It's kind of like, these group of people, you got this faction, and you got you got, certain other factions. So, I mean, like it get Tetris overseas, man, so let's see here. Man, you know what? And Chris says it's spring break. Let me put this on here, right? Chris says spring break. Keep your tail out of Mexico, right? I'm not gonna lie, family. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, right? Mexico was a place that Israelites shouldn't really be. I mean, if you're going, let me say this: if you're going to like Cancun or something like that, that's different. But just think about it, fam. Look at all of the stuff that goes on in Mexico and South America with like black people. Like we had the Shankula situation. We had this situation. There's another situation that happened over there where, I mean, you don't hear about this stuff like in the Caribbean. You don't hear about this stuff in, in like Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, the Bahamas, and a lot of these different places that, people tend to frequent. You don't hear about these people going out here and getting killed and gunned down and, You know, it was a little situation, I believe, a couple years back where there was some type of poisoning that was going on out there in DR. But like this type of stuff we're seeing with these people that with these brothers and the sister that went down to Mexico, you don't really see that. Uh, Suzanne said they shouldn't have taken that white van to Mexico. First thing cartel think that a law. Could be. Could be. But when they crossed the border, they already knew like, nah, these ain't no, I mean, it could have been, who knows? Let's see here. Right. Hillshire says, good old black and brown. I look at the so-called love they have for each other. I've been seeing it. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Chris says they play a dirty game. First, they said they were mistaken for Haitian drug dealers. Cartels don't apologize. True facts. She forgot her ID and went there. She would not. Okay, so Mary, let's get Mary on the board here, right? Mary Allen says if she forgot her ID and went there, she would not be allowed back in the U.S. without showing it. Now you can't get through there without showing it. And then, why would you travel? Think about this. You rented a minivan from South Carolina and traveled all the way to Texas. You know, you're telling me at no point you thought to, man, I ain't got my ID. I don't have nothing. You you got to have that to get across the border. So why leave it and not, you know what I'm saying, and not have that? That's just those. Listen, those are the top things that you're going to be checking to see if you have before you leave. Passport, license, stuff like that. That's going to be things that's going to be needed. Okay. Okay. James said they sent her down there. She is an informant for sure. Okay. We're going to put a little bit of allegedly in front of that, but I believe that because if you look at the video, they wasn't really even doing nothing to her really. Like she kind of walked from wherever she was at, right? Let's see, is that video? Let me see here. Is that video? Let me see here. Let me see something real quick. If you look at the video, if you look at that video of her walking she pretty much walked over to that truck and just kind of got in there, like, you know, so it's like, you know what I'm saying, like it you know what I'm saying. And then they clipped it. I don't know if somebody had that, sent it to me, but I didn't see the video of them talk. They showed her getting tossed in there, but they never showed, you know, anybody else you know, being tossed in there, you know. See, and let me show you guys this, right? This is the stuff that these people like to do, right? Now look at this, right, family? Let me bag this up a little bit. So now look, check this out. They're gonna show us the footage, right? They show her getting through in there, right? And there we go again with that. You see them put the blocker on there. What are they blocking? They didn't block her, but then they blocked that. See? And then if you notice, somebody is recording from the window up here. Who's recording from the window up here? Who's recording from the window up here, family? Look, and then they just jumped there, you know. So at the end of the day, yeah, that part. Okay, that part. Yeah, but it's a video. I'm not gonna hunt that down, but it's a video showing that when she pulled when they grabbed her, she walked over there pretty much to that truck and then they threw her in there. Uh, okay, now let's get this up here, right? Because now Hillshire 76 makes he makes a perfect example right here, right? El Chapo could never have become who he was or as big as he is without help from a higher hand. Now, it's reported that El Chapo is an informant. Allegedly, he's the police. He was basically dealing with the government, with the FBI and stuff. They said he was a snitch, basically. He was working with the police. You know, so at the end of the day, I mean, like, come on, man. Like, that's exactly what it is. Okay. Right. See, like like simply Patrick Black said, that's the worst hotel ever for druggies and drug dealers. Straight like that. They had a Motel 6, and she's going to get a tummy tuck. Okay. People with money, listen, let me explain something to you. People that got money that's really, because that's a tummy, that's a luxury. That's not something you have to get done. That's a luxury. That's you saying, hey, I got some money laying around. Hey, let me just go and get this procedure done. So if you got the money for the procedure, why you had a hole in the wall? Why you had the hole in the wall? You know? Oh wow. It probably was her that set them up to get hit. It's always, yeah, real talk. I believe that. I believe she was wrapped up into something, man. It's my thoughts.
Over the years,
Now
I've
they
seen what loyalty can do for
hold on, let me
business.
get this.
These people have helped me build this company from the ground up.
Let's get them clothes up out of here. Matter of fact, let's shut that down. But yeah, fam. Let's see. I'm gonna go through some of these comments, man. I'm gonna wrap it up. If ain't nobody wanna jump on the link, I'm gonna drop the link. Again, somebody wanna give a little commentary. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh wow, y'all off the chain, man. Uh, let's get Derek up here, right? Derek on point. The only reason you're driving is to get something out of Mexico, something illegal. Trust me, I'm from Texas, and Brownsville is a known spot for all the shit you need. And check this out. This is her second time there. This is not her first time. So she knew exactly where to go and hold up at and what to do, you know? So yeah, I'm in agreement with Derek. And now guess what? Now they're finna get rich. Because everybody want to hear the story. They're gonna pay all this money to do these interviews and all this other stuff, you know, and all these sit downs. Okay. See, this is how it works. Let's see here. I'm gonna see if you know Star from One Light TV. He showed them throwing all of them on the truck. The girl and the three guys. Drop the link. If you got the link to the video, drop the link. I'll pull that up. I haven't saw that. I just been seeing little snippets and stuff. But yeah, family. But check this out though, man. To everybody still hanging around here. appreciate y'all checking in tonight, man. On Friday, you know, y'all could have been out doing anything, you know, but y'all hanging with me and getting it in. So make sure y'all share this live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel with all notifications on. Make sure y'all subscribe to me on IG, especially for the giveaway that I'm gonna give away here as soon as we hit 20,000. What else? I got a lot of stuff I'm getting ready to drop on y'all real soon, man. But if y'all want some topics, got some topics you guys want me to touch on, leave those topics down in the comment section or you know, somewhere on the page, IG. Y'all can DM me. People been hitting me up and dropping me some stuff, man. So man, y'all stay safe, man. Enjoy the evening. And I'm signing off here on Israelite Talk TV. Shalom.